I used to lose entire days to mindless scrolling. 1 minute, I was checking my phone. 5 hours later, I was still glued to the screen. But something snapped, and I changed everything. What I did next shocked even me. Stick around, you need to see this. Don't forget to subscribe. It was 2 a.m. My room was dark, my eyes were tired, but my fingers were still scrolling. One reel turned into another, and then another. I wasn't even laughing anymore. I was just there, swiping, consuming. The next morning, I woke up groggy, frustrated, and already reaching for my phone before I even got out of bed. That day, I decided to check my screen time. What I saw actually made me pause. 7 hours a day. That wasn't just time killing, that was a full shift at a job. And for what? Random content I wouldn't even remember 5 minutes later? That moment hit me hard. It wasn't just some bad habit anymore. It was running my life. I felt like I was constantly chasing something but never catching anything real. And right then, I made a decision. I was going to take back control. But at the time, I had no idea how deep the rabbit hole really went, or how good it would feel to finally break free. The real reason you can't stop scrolling. Here's something wild. It's not entirely your fault that you can't stop checking your phone. Your brain is wired to chase quick hits of reward, and social media is a non-stop reward machine. Every time you see a funny meme, a cute dog, or a like on your post, your brain releases a tiny burst of dopamine. Dopamine's not the happy chemical like most people think. It's the want more chemical. It keeps you chasing that next hit. The problem? You never actually feel done. There's no finish line. One more scroll becomes 10, then 50, then you blink and it's midnight again. And it's not just you. Social media apps are built specifically to keep you hooked. Infinite scroll means you never run out of content. Autoplay removes any need to click. Notifications pull you back every few minutes. It's all intentional. Ever wonder why it feels so hard to read a book or focus on work after a day on your phone? It's because your brain's been trained to expect constant stimulation. Slower tasks now feel boring, even if they're meaningful. Once I understood this, it made sense. I wasn't weak, I was just playing a game that was rigged against me, and I was done letting that happen. So I started making changes, real ones, starting with something that felt almost too simple to work. Step 1, make your phone annoying. The first thing I did wasn't delete all my apps or throw my phone in a drawer. It was way more subtle, but surprisingly effective. I made my phone boring. First, I switched the screen to black and white. Suddenly, those bright, shiny app icons didn't look so inviting. Without the colors, my phone felt dull, on purpose. That alone made me less tempted to tap around aimlessly. Then I removed all social apps from my home screen. If I wanted to open something like Instagram or YouTube, I had to search for it. That extra little step gave me just enough time to ask myself, do I actually want to open this, or am I just on autopilot? Most of the time, I didn't. Next, I turned off nearly every notification, except for texts or calls from close family. No more random pings dragging me back into the vortex. I even set my phone to do not disturb during most of the day. The silence was weird at first, but also freeing. I went further. I deleted TikTok and Twitter entirely. If I really needed to check something, I used the desktop version, which was way less appealing. Lastly, I rearranged my home screen. I kept just a few useful tools, like Maps, my Notes app, and a calendar. No endless feed, no distractions waiting for me every time I unlocked my phone. The result? My phone stopped being a constant source of entertainment. It became just a tool again. And that small shift made a huge difference. But of course, just removing the temptation isn't enough. The real key? You've got to replace it with something better. Step 2, replace, don't just remove. See, here's where a lot of people mess up. They try to quit scrolling cold turkey. They delete all their apps. Then just stare at a blank screen. Of course your brain panics. It's addicted to stimulation. That's why I didn't just remove my distractions. I replaced them. Instead of endless short videos, I started watching educational YouTube content. Stuff that actually taught me something. It wasn't boring, it was just intentional. I also picked up a book again. Not a huge novel, just a few pages each night. At first, it felt like my brain was crawling. But within a week, I found myself looking forward to it. Instead of long text threads, I started making real phone calls. Reconnecting with people in my life. Real voices. Real conversations. I filled my time with simple habits. Journaling for 5 minutes, walking outside without my phone, even just sitting still and thinking. It sounds weird, but giving my brain time to rest actually made me feel more human again. The more I replaced screen time with meaningful time, the less I missed the apps I used to obsess over. But I knew if I really wanted to make a lasting change, I had to test myself. That's when I created the challenge that would transform everything. Step 3, the 30-day challenge. This was the real turning point. I gave myself a rule. For 30 days, absolutely no mindless scrolling. If I caught myself doing it, boom, I had to stop immediately and switch to something productive. No excuses, no, just 5 minutes. The first few days, brutal. My fingers kept moving toward the apps out of pure habit. I felt restless, bored, even a little anxious, but I pushed through. By week 2, something shifted. I noticed I was sleeping better. I wasn't starting my mornings with stress. My focus improved, like a lot. I could sit down and actually finish tasks without feeling the urge to check my phone every 5 minutes. By week 3, I had more energy, more time, and surprisingly, more happiness. My mind felt calmer, less cluttered. I wasn't constantly comparing myself to people online. I wasn't numbing myself with videos when I was bored or stressed. And by the end of the 30 days, I barely thought about those apps anymore. What started as a challenge became a lifestyle. I had reprogrammed my brain, and it felt incredible. If you've never tried a 30-day no-scroll challenge, I promise it's a game changer, but it only works if you follow one simple rule. Step 4, the golden rule. Here it is. Use your phone as a tool, not a toy. Every time you pick up your phone, ask yourself, what am I here to do? If you don't have an answer, put it down. Set boundaries. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Make your phone earn your attention. I also created tech-free times. No phone during breakfast, no phone 30 minutes before bed, no phone first thing in the morning. Those 3 changes alone helped me feel more present and peaceful. Remember, your phone isn't the enemy. It's how you use it that matters. Most people never question their relationship with their screen. But once you do, you can't unsee it. You realize how much time, energy, and life is being stolen by mindless habits. So here's what I want you to do next. Take a second and really think. How much of your day is lost to a screen? How many moments pass by while you're glued to a feed that gives you nothing in return? It's not about quitting tech. It's about reclaiming your attention, your life. What could you build, learn, or improve if your focus was fully yours again? What would your relationships, your goals, your peace look like? You have way more power than you think. Start small. Make one change today, then another tomorrow. Trust the process. Be patient with yourself. If you're ready to take back control, drop a comment below. How many hours a day are you spending on your phone right now? No judgment, just honesty. And if this video helped even a little, hit that subscribe button. I've got more content coming to help you live better, sharper, and freer. Now go live, go touch some grass, go experience your life. I'll see you in the next one.